All right, so this is gonna be like a part two to the video I made the other day. So try to remember where I left off at. Something weird is in the air, part one. So to really finish off, I was saying that I was looking at just India, just the country. That's what was on my mind. And went to the Indian restaurant that Tuesday, and then Wednesday, it's just searching India, right? And I looked at the country, how they were handling the tariffs, the whole Pakistan Indian conflict, and how it all started in the past. Then I happened to look at their airline because I'm into planes, and I was wondering, which deliveries they had of any new orders that they have of Airbus or Boeing planes. And I was looking, they were having some more Airbus A350 orders, I think. And then I look at the 787, of course, and not knowing the following day that was going to happen. I just thought to myself, how did all of that, like, since it was on my mind, and then now this happened, and I just looked at India, like just India, not any other country. Yeah, other countries are in my mind, but that country, and then following day, especially I looked at, like I just said, the airline, and then the following day, I hear about a crash. And while they're still investigating that, I'm also going to do a video just to go more in depth with that as well. So that video would just have like articles and videos, but definitely like do my own research also, and I might have my own opinions, but I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but you try to follow what everybody else says, then you might not know more than what they know, if that makes any sense. But and then like my dreams have becoming more accurate now. They're becoming more accurate, and I'm just trying to figure out what is going on. Like, I'll be driving on the road, and then I can already see just somebody, like, okay, that person's gonna do that. And then sure enough, they do it. I'm like, I know I'm not the only one that has that kind of awareness. There's other people out there I know that have it. It's just something weird going on. Now, there's been more that's happened in the last video that I want to talk about. Israel launching missiles at Iran, thinking that they were not going to retaliate. I'm a small channel, you know what I'm saying? If I say what I say, I'm going to be labeled as a anti-Semitic, whatever it is. Me personally, I really think it's very hypocritical for the right to say that we need to put America first. Stop supporting countries, funding foreign wars that we have no business being in, that we didn't even start, right? We're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, but then you're doing the complete opposite of what you said you were going to do. And you're sending aid to Israel. All in the name of them being God's chosen people. Look, I said I'm not gonna go anymore. Y'all just whatever assumptions you want to make, whatever what I just said resonate with y'all. I'm gonna just let y'all take that and let that sink in and digest it, whatever, or let it, or let it. I'm trying to think of how to say it. Let it mean whatever y'all want. If it comes to me being, anti-Semitic, I don't have anything against. Look, I'm just gonna say it. I'm not pro-Palestinian and I'm not pro-Israel. I told you right now. I'm not political like I used to be anymore, and I might make a separate video just for that because I'm noticing both sides in their hypocrisy, caught in their hypocrisy. Like I just said with the whole Israel-Iran conflict that just started, and then you got the Ukraine and Russia. Y'all can't have it both ways. If it's America first, it's America first all the way, regardless of whatever alliance you got with some country. They did that. Iran retaliated. They have the capabilities to protect themselves. But then even, I was searching, even with that, they said that they still need America's help. Like I said, I didn't vote. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm definitely not a Democrat. I'll consider myself an independent conservative. But the way the Republicans are right now, it's a totally different thing. And from what I've been hearing, I say, it makes sense. They're nothing more than a liberal. The Democrats right now are progressive. They're progressives. Because back in the 90s, the Democrats, they were for border policy, but now that it's helping them with their vote, they kind of changed their ways a little bit. But the Democrats, they've always been the original racists. But, everybody's going to still hold on to the notion that they're for us. When they done everything, they messed this up. I ain't going to lie with you. They actually messed it up to get to this point, to where it's uncontrollable. And those people that are protesting over there in California right now, I'm not going to even try to turn this video into a conspiracy theory. Y'all can label this video whatever y'all want. But that right there will not be any illegal immigrants that bold enough. They knowing good and well they're going to get deported anyway. Why would you be carrying yourself and behaving like that? For the police to you're making yourself a easy target. I'm illegal. Come and get me. The heck? And y'all here in this country for better opportunity. I'm just using everything that the Democrats are saying. They're here for better opportunity. But here you are, you're flying your country's flag. You're flying Mexico's flag in the United States. That says a lot. If you are so proud of your country, why don't you go back to where you came from? Makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense for you to be rioting and looting and carrying on when you have no respect or regard for this country. Now, I'm going to say there's law enforcement and people that abuse their power. But that right there, if that was just to stay that way and nobody didn't do anything, Trump specifically, I'm just going to say, I just say anybody, I mean Trump. If Trump didn't do anything, it was going to continue to keep getting worse. And right now in Atlanta, they already had some stuff in DeKalb County. They already had a ICE little protest going on. So the officers, they went on ahead and take care of that before it actually gets worse, because they're like, okay, oh heck no. We can't have that to be going. We can't have this to be escalating like it is in Los Angeles. So let's just go ahead and cut it short right here. We're living in weird times. This is something very eerie. Something weird is in the air. I'm gonna conclude this video. This is gonna be the final part, because the reason why I chopped it up is because my phone had kind of cut off and because the storage was full. That was the only reason why, but that's all. I just want to finish that part. It's getting crazy out there, y'all. I know I barely been putting anything on here because I'm just so tired of reporting on these things, knowing good and well it's not going to change. And sometimes I'm just feel like I'm losing control. Like, I mean, just even on basic things. You try to save, but you find yourself having to spend it. Nothing's looking promising. If you're going to label this video pessimistic all you want, but you keep a positive mindset, right? You can pray to God. At the same time, you got to be real with yourself. You got to be real. They say, okay, we know we're going to get back to some kind of new normal. There's nothing new about normal. Normal is normal. What's going on right now, this is not normal. It's not normal at all. People, it seemed like after the pandemic, everybody's just, you know how some people would change, like after a long time, change for the best? Well, no, they actually changed for the worse. And me, I just feel different. I have a very different outlook on life right now. It's not looking good. Things and events, you would think one event would be okay, this day that happened, maybe 2 or 3 days later, okay, that happened. Or just 1 week where some major event. No, all this happened in 1 week. The Indian crash, then Israel striking Iran retaliating, sending missiles back at Tel Aviv. And they have a whole Iron Dome. I saw they showed the missiles getting intercepted and taken out. And some of them, you know, actually did make it out of the dome and end up striking some structures in Tel Aviv. But all we can do is really get grounded spiritually. Because like I said, these politicians, they're not here to save you. They are not here to save you. Don't put your full trust in man, you put it in God. But that's all I'm going to say in this video. Let me know your opinions. Let me know the way you feel. I really don't have any more words. It's crazy out there. Y'all stay safe. Till the next one, I'm signing out. Later.